Okay, so a viewer left a comment with this show featuring Boy Meets World, and the title of the episode is called The Witches of Pembroke. And the episode guest star Candace Cameron Bure from Full House, a well known Christian girl who plays a witch. And it's Halloween night, and her coven are sacrificing two of the regular characters on the show. She actually says to them, "We're going to kill you, we're going to sacrifice you." So, this is a satanic sacrifice ritual being played out on a children's TV show. So, there's a lot here to cover. Now, first of all, if you have an organization, if you have a business or a religious organization or anything like this, you want to get to your audience young, and I've covered this in other videos. Brand marketing. There are actual companies trying to brand and market their products to babies that are in utero through having the pregnant mother eat their products or being around and having the baby hear certain things while it's in the womb. That's how early they want to get to you. And certainly younger kids, they're trying to get favorable, positive association with their brand at a very young age. And so this goes for any organization. Marketing is the most important aspect to your business, getting people to associate positive things with your market brand. So you see with a lot of these shows that are targeted at youth, that show Charmed, which features witches, the vampire movies, all these vampire movies that were targeted at high school level kids, teens and preteens. And what they're doing here is you see this over and over again. So with all the Twilight movies and all the vampire movies, you see this here with this episode of this Boy Meets World, and then the Charm show. There's so much of this, and then individual episodes, and so many of these kids show the devil and Satanism either in a light, joking light, or in a fairly positive light, and they are getting to children at a young age. They are getting their brand out there. You understand this idea of product placement, where corporations pay millions of dollars to have their products used in films and in TV shows. So there's this brand identification, there's copycat behaviors where people will copy what they see other people using, and it'll go into the subconscious level. And the devil and Satanism is all over the place in Hollywood. I've covered this. It's in so many movies, but also in these celebrities' personal lives. And they keep on pushing it out there, and they're obviously intending to get to young kids. And you think of this Candace Cameron Bure person, who is somebody whose brother, I forget his first name, but he played in that other kid's show. Kirk Cameron is his name. And he is a devout Christian. This girl is supposed to be a Christian, and yet she accepted this role, a guest role, to play a witch and do a satanic sacrifice. And so you think about this, because I've made a bunch of Full House videos, and I was working in treatment centers and sort of an outpatient clinic as my role as a counselor and a therapist. And within the milieu of these places, so this is in the 90s, they often watch Nickelodeon and then these child Disney Channel and these child TV shows. They're always playing Full House and Saved by the Bell, and they're god awful. The laugh track, but this is where they're conditioning children to accept these subpar, unrealistic. These people aren't acting like normal people act, and it's in many ways it's demonic and satanic because it's something in which they act in a way that only crazy people would act. They're not watching real life. And they have this fake laugh track, and they try to make these things funny and light, but there's no real jokes. And they condition children to watch subpar material. And I've noticed it's even worse now. And the animated shows now have all these twisted, ugly, just inhuman and unnatural characters, almost like they're watching these demons. Like Picasso paintings in animation form. They're twisted, and they don't make any sense. They don't have real plot lines. People act in a superficial, bizarre way, And these kids are just sucking this stuff up, and they're training them to be unnatural people. And using the laugh track and making these things light. Now think about this. Kids are watching this satanic ritual where these two kids are going to be sacrificed. So this would be a serious, scary thing. But they do it in a comedic fashion. And it's light, and they desensitize it, and they say, this is just sort of normal. And they're watching this stuff thinking that this is normal behavior. And this is where they're getting their information on Satanism. They're building a positive association with a TV show and characters they identify with and this satanic behavior. And so they're taking out the evil out of it and just making kids think, yeah, this is just sort of normal. It's light. It's a joke. It's no big deal. And then that's where they're getting their education on these matters. And so it's fairly disturbing. And you see over and over again, there is a link between these dark energies, demonic energies, and these types of things, because they appear over and over again in horror movies and in comedies and in these people's celebrities' personal lives, reality TV shows. And so it's been something where kids say, it's no big deal. And they mess around with this dark energy. They've made it into a joke. They've made God into a joke. And kids just don't know anything about how to behave like natural human beings and live a spiritual life and meditate and have some inner depth of character and connect to God and all these things I talk about in my videos. And so this is where things have sort of gone off the rails. It's just another way in which things have gone off the rails. You see this satanic ritual in the late 90s or early 2000s in this TV show. And now in 2015, 16, 17, there's this TV show called Lucifer. Now this something they could have never done in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. But now, because they've slowly groomed everybody to accept these things. All right, so this is Paul Romano reporting from the apocalypse. Everybody have a blessed day.